The video you're about to see first aired on the Chat Sports YouTube channel, but this is going to be your home for a bunch of NFL draft coverage. So if you haven't already, please subscribe for more free draft videos. As promised, it is time for a new 2024 NFL mock draft from myself. I am Tom Downey, producer Chris behind the scenes, by the way, today. College football season is underway. The NFL season about to start as well. Perfect time to check in with the summer scouting over. Quick note, the draft order based on the reverse Vegas odds, so please do not blame me for anything, but you can complain, I guess, if you want to in the comments section. All right, first up, number 1, Caleb Williams. I've been mocking this since day 1 after the draft. Everyone's now on board. Pick number 2, Arizona from Houston, Marvin Harrison Jr. This is a great way to reset your draft, and I think this will be the very popular order pick order until the actual order begins to change. Williams, then Marvin Harrison to Arizona. Now, if you want even more 2024 NFL draft videos, like this one now. The more likes we get, the more videos we can do. Tampa at number 3. That means the Baker, Kyle Trask era did not go very well. Drake Maye out of UNC. These early picks are all pretty standard for most mock drafts. Fashanu, number 4 here. I wouldn't mind an edge rusher, but I think Fashanu is a better prospect and could always kick Bernard Raymond inside or something if you needed to, and let Fashanu be the guy that I thought would have been the first offensive tackle taken had he turned pro last year. Number 5 is Jared Verse, the edge rusher out of FSU. In general, these defensive prospects I view as kind of more top 15, top 20 guys as of now than like obvious. There's no Will Anderson who we all knew was going to be a top 5 pick. He would have been the number 1 pick had he been able to go pro 2 years ago. Verse, though, I like a lot. He probably would have been around a top 20 pick last year, maybe even to the Jets in that Will McDonald range, somewhere in there. Plays great again, or even better, could easily end up as a top 5 selection. College football is back, and it is glorious, so let's have some fun today. Shout out your favorite college football team in the comment section. It's college. You can pick 2, I guess, if you want, but try to keep it to 1 there. Don't be like Producer Coop and have 8 favorite teams. It is today's pinned comment, so if the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know your favorite college football team. Number 6 is Quinn Ewers to the Commanders. Ultimate wild card. Is he good? Is he not good? We'll find out this year. I think the physical talent, the skill sets there needs to be more consistent. It tends to do too much of I call it the backyard football BS of like kind of just slinging it around. Being out of structure is great, but you have to win in structure too. If Ewers can do that, he could very well be a first-round pick. Number 7, J.C. Latham. They don't really know where to go with Tennessee here. They can't spend another top, premium pick on a quarterback, so not going to go there. I like Latham as a right tackle. That's a big hole on the Tennessee offensive line with some suspensions and injuries and whatnot there. So I like the fit. Back-to-back Bama boys here. Dallas Turner goes to the Chicago Bears. Little bit skinnier than what I think Matt Eberflus would prefer, but I think Turner's going to have an awesome year and could easily be the first defensive player taken in this year's class. Let's get wild with it. Number 9, J.J. McCarthy. I love the arm that he has attached to that shoulder. I think there's the skill set to make all the throws you could want. There's dual threat. There's mobility. I also don't know how much of that we will see with what Michigan asks out of him in their offense. It's a run-heavy offense. It's not a full, it's not the full, sample size of all these different reads and half field, full field, and play action and adjustments and all that stuff. It's not as, translatable from a pure sample size you might expect, but the raw talent's there. And if Atlanta's drafting top 10, probably means Desmond Ridder wasn't the guy, and they should gamble on a new piece with a decent supporting cast alongside of him. Pretty clear top 2 quarterbacks for Caleb Williams and Drake Maye. Who ends up being quarterback 3? And you can write in somebody else if you want to, Riley Leonard, Bo Nix, whatever. But the top 2, J for J.J. McCarthy, Q for Quinn Ewers. Get those votes in the comment section. I mentioned this when we did the ESPN mock draft. Kool-Aid McKinstry and the Raiders just makes sense. Huge need. I think the best guy at the position right now is perfect. Amarius Mims out of Georgia. It is a very small sample size for this Bulldog. What we saw last year down the stretch was awesome. If he does it again, 11 might be too low for him. Number 12 is Brock Bowers. I think if you ask executives right now, like, where would he rank among the top prospects? They'd probably say a pretty easy top 10 guy. But finding a tight end or just slot receiver fit is tricky. It just screams Patriots, though. Number 13, the Bears. I didn't really know where to go with this one, frankly. By the way, number 8 pick from the Bears is from Carolina. I forgot to mention that. This one is their own. How about tackle? How do you keep investing in the offense? You took your edge rusher. Thought about corner if you don't retain Jalen Johnson, but I would just pay him. Doesn't have the best physical skill set, but he's a very good player. I think would be a nice addition to a Bears offensive line that has Darnell Wright and could use some more long-term pieces. Number 14, Emeka Egbuka out of Ohio State, the other OSU wide receiver. Giants have Jalen Hyatt, who I love as a speedster. They have a bunch of slot guys. Here's another outside wide receiver piece for them. Number 15, Kalen King. Why not just make it the Penn State cornerback room in Pittsburgh this time around? You have Joey Porter Jr.'s one piece. I've got questions long-term beyond that, so let's plug in Kalen King and JPJ and have some fun in Pittsburgh. Now, you can bet on college football, the NFL draft with our sportsbook partner, BetUS. Head over to chatsports.com/bet and use promo code NFLDaily for a 125% deposit bonus when you put down at least $100. An overwhelming favorite for one game played by Caleb Williams, by the way. Minus 400. That is a massive favorite. When there's an entire season of football to be played, Drake May's the value at plus 400. Marvin Harrison is plus 1,000. There are 4 players at plus 2,500. So you can even do Caleb Williams against the field if you so chose to do so. Number 16, JT Tuimoloau. Denver historically loves taking pass rushers, and Sean Payton took a decent amount when he was in New Orleans as a key voice in that draft room there. Tuimoloau flashed against Penn State. Got to see more of it, though, to be a first-round pick. Chop Robinson to Minnesota. They have a big potential, long-term needed edge with Daniil Hunter and Marcus Davenport on shorter-term deals. Robinson's a fantastic athlete, has the raw traits to be the best edge in the class, but you have to see more of it until we lock and load that one. Rome Odunze here to the Saints at number 18. With Chris Olave, I'm just not sold on Michael Thomas being a long-term piece. I'd like to be wrong. It'd be fun to have him back. Even just, look, the slant boy was mean, but he dominated. They couldn't stop him on slant. It's not a bad thing. I just got to see him be healthy for once. Barrett Carter out of Clemson to the Seattle Seahawks. Jordan Brooks and Bobby Wagner are on short-term deals, so you could use a longer-term piece. I think Carter would be a fun fit in the Seahawks-style defense. Now, if you have not already, please make sure you guys are subscribed at youtube.com/chatsportstv. Free videos every single day, multiple times per day on the NFL, rumors, free agency draft, you name it, we got you covered. Houston at number 20, and I thought it would be too obvious if I put Malik Neighbors to the Giants and then Emeka Egbuka to his teammate, TJ Stroud. Like, that's just cheating. Instead, we'll go Neighbors here at number 20. Let's get Stroud some more playmakers, which he very much needs in Houston. Drazon Newton out of Illinois to Jacksonville. There's a 3-technique piece the Jags don't have. I think that would be a big addition to their pass rush up front. Leonard Taylor out of from the Hurricanes. I'm going to make my joke here because I went to Miami of Ohio. The fake Miami. Don't get mad at me, please. The Chargers need a big piece in the middle of that defense. They don't, that Brandon Staley defense works great when there's Aaron Donald there. When it's not Aaron Donald, like most defense not as good, let's get a player who can contribute up front. Mason Smith out of LSU to the Detroit Lions. I'm mad he's not playing against FSU, F the NCAA. But there is a lot of talent here. It's a very limited sample size, banking on a breakout year like a lot of these back end of round 1 picks, but the raw talent is there. Houston's Patrick Paul goes to the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, Teron Armstead is having a tough time staying healthy for the past couple of years, by the way. I'm still not sold on Austin Jackson. Let's keep throwing picks at the offensive line to make sure Tua can stay healthy. Prediction time, because you maybe could have seen a quarterback go in this range, maybe to a team like maybe it would seem like the Seahawks if things are rough, or the Saints if they want to try to develop somebody, or maybe even coming up here to a team, if a team trades up. How many QBs go in round 1 of the upcoming NFL draft? Vote for me in the comments section right now. Number 25, Cooper DeJean out of Iowa. The Ravens need more corners. Here's one of the better ones left. I'm a big fan of Cameron Kinchins. This pick for the Packers, by the way, via the New York Jets. Forgot to mention pick 20 for Houston was via the Browns, but I think you guys probably had a good feel for that. Kinchins is a playmaking, ball skill heavy safety, and the Packers need more help there. Nate Wiggins out of Clemson, who I think I might have mislabeled as a safety on our ESPN video, but has good size, something Dan Quinn loves, assuming he's still there as the Cowboys DC and not, a head coach somewhere else. Stephon Gilmore's got 1 year left on his deal. He could add some more talent. And I love this fit. Jatavion Sanders out of Texas to Cincinnati. Irv Smith's there for a year. Imagine an offense. You got Joe Burrow. You've paid Jamar Chase. If you want to pay T. Higgins too, great. Charlie Jones or Boyd in the slot and JT Sanders too. That offense is electric, man. All right, number 29, Kingsley Suimaitaya out of BYU, originally from Oregon. Trent Williams can't play forever. There is your replacement. Number 30, Xavier Worthy out of Texas. If Gabe Davis does not step up, adding another number 2 receiver option is a big focal point for Buffalo, with or without the drama involving Stephon Diggs. Latu, out of UCLA, kind of a bigger-bodied edge, could add some weight, and maybe there's your Derek Barnett, who's been linked in trade rumors, and maybe there's your Brandon Graham eventual replacement too. It's another edge. I don't love that, I'll be honest with you, but the Eagles love spending firsts on premium positions. And then there's Michael Hall Jr. We'll see what happens with Chris Jones short-term and long-term as we film this. It's we'll see, I suppose. But I like Michael Hall, what we saw in a very small sample size. It was a handful of snaps, really, relatively speaking, to most defensive linemen. If he does it for an entire season, 32 might be too low for him. I know there are names I left off of this mock draft, and I apologize for it. So yell at me in the comments section. Who did I leave off of my 2024 NFL mock draft?